This video was not intended for children. Hello everyone, this is Isaac.
This is Taryn.
And we are True Masters and Morons. So, we talked to our patrons on our Discord about what they would like to see replace Kingdom Hearts 3 here on the Wednesday slot, and they have all essentially boiled down to these three options.
1. Jedi the Fallen Order. 2. The Final Fantasy VII Remake. Or 3. Going back to having a random Let's Play video every week. Vote using the top right corner iCard, and that poll is how we will determine what we will be playing next.
We will be playing The Beginner's Guide while we tally the votes. It was requested by one of our patrons, thank you Laudril High. This should last approximately 3 episodes if our information is correct. After that, it will be to the results of the poll. So, get your votes in now, everyone. Yay! End of pre-written stuff. Time to actually start playing the game. Woo!
Wow.
All right.
Now, full disclosure, all we know about this game is what... Oh, audio is important. Good to know.
Good to know.
All we know about this game is what the synopsis on Steam said and what we were told, which was basically that going into it blind is good. So...
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
Hi.
My name is Davey Reedon.
Cool.
I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Is this a real story?
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games
The
mean
bear?
a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is
I can't decide whether to trust this or
he ever
not.
made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You
Uh-huh.
can look around here, by the way.
Okay.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
So Coda learning the
What I
basics
like
of
is that
coding.
Even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town.
Thank you. I've been trying to make you laugh like this whole episode already, and you're doing nothing.
And impossible
Oh,
floating
so
cliffs
I
around the
was just staring at my screen going,
Of course, it destroys the illusion that
what?
This actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is
I
what
have
I like
no
about all of Coda's
idea.
games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their
blue
creator.
wall.
I want us to see past the games themselves.
Let me through the wall.
I want to get
I wanna get
know
past the
who
game.
this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Okay. What are you doing? Oh, that'll be great.
So,
This game has
2008,
captions.
Coda
Apparently.
starts making these games, and he never releases
That
them.
does nothing.
He doesn't put them onto the internet. he
I'm
just
guessing
makes
it
them
will
and then
appear soon,
immediately
or I
admits-
didn't actually hit apply. Nope, I hit apply.
There is no apply.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll appear soon then.
Okay.
abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse.
Oh wow, they really are just
At
floating
one point,
blocks.
He jokingly renamed his computer's
I-
recycling bin to "Important Games Folder."
Oh.
Oh, wow.
He tended to crank them out one after
But
the
no,
other without even
I
really
was
pausing
thinking
to
the
try
ones
to
in the walls
understand what he had
count,
just
but-
made, until suddenly one day he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's
Okay.
why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because
Oh.
I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need
It's
to get
another
in touch,
wall.
you can
Did you
email
mention
me
an
at
interpretation? I didn't hear any
DAVEYWREDEN
interpretations.
at
Oh my gosh, I
gmail.com.
don't care about giving you an email, dude.
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
This is a very white room.
So,
Ah! I have a gun.
Oh, right. This is now just the game. Whatever's that Whisper. Can you read the thing, please?
From Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Sorry, we're
Alright.
having some mild technical issues. 'Kay.
Warning, Whisper machine status active. Evacuate.
And I assume none of these doors open. And did you actually fire, or was I just spazzing out for a second?
I did
You
actually fire.
Okay.
I have no like limit on my ammo as far as I can tell though.
Which is great.
I keep wanting to push shift to run.
I like how you immediately went to the not violent looking direction.
Well, did you,
Glowy thing?
I hear
Okay.
fire, so I assume there's supposed to be fire.
Alright, well, I mean, if it's a more generic game, it was probably an earlier game. So, anyway, proceeding onward.
Yeah. This was 2007. So yeah, apparently this game and the entire game is play through some dude's stuff.
What did computer voice chick
This
say?
game was abandoned mid-development.
I have no idea.
Oh, that was open.
You have this gun.
I thought that was closed.
That would indicate that there are supposed
Yeah.
to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh, you can run out of
But
bullets.
ultimately,
Okay.
we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think
I
we
doubt
should
that.
talk about his games
I
for what
really
they
doubt
are,
that.
rather than for what they're not.
Ah, finally, that door opened.
Now, see, that's interesting because the description of this game on Steam was something along the lines of
You can see the bottom of the universe from this road.
the bottom of the. Oh, that's hilarious. I was actually be like, that's some impressive space out there, but now, it's photos, which makes the impressiveness of it make much more sense. But no, it said something along the lines of like understanding
Apparently, space station
something
has
of
a
someone who
labyrinth on it.
doesn't know what's going on.
Right? Sure, I don't
And
know. There's
I
really no
was
reason
talking
for it
over
that
him.
I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past.
Get through the maze,
Rude.
pop.
I was enjoying
Can you
that.
go back? Can you go back? I'm just curious.
Or if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to.
Or if you like to resolve the labyrinth, you can do that too.
Suck it.
It's too late because now you got to then you'd resolve it to get back, and you're already lost.
I know, it's sad. I was actually really close based on what I just saw. Anyway.
Assuming that's the only primary hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and
this
the
is
game's
part
gone.
That's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Uh-huh. But yeah, sorry, you're tearing your description.
You there?
That was it.
In the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If you
Okay.
leave, your body could stop the beam.
Self-sacrifice.
Our lives. Would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Will you kill yourself to save a bunch of nameless
Here's
people
the
you don't
thing.
know?
I feel like that was a machine that was whispering at me
Right? Like
and telling me to
is the
get in
whisper-
it.
Like it was the Whisper machine itself, or is
Uh-huh.
it people? But we both know the
Yeah.
only way to finish this is to walk forward, unless we can walk around for a minute and just
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying,
instantly.
is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Uh-huh.
When he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Are you in control?
Uh-huh.
He just Whoa! That's awesome. Hey, look, there's your maze.
Whoa.
The beam causes you to start floating.
It's
And
pretty.
this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it.
Pretty.
Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this
Oh, I can
larger
see the
chaotic
ceiling.
system. Or this floating
Oh, there's a corner there.
seam.
That's fun.
a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know.
I mean, I
I
suppose.
have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that
Oh,
after
I'm still
making
going.
this, something
Oh, yeah.
lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs.
Which I
So
see
he
where you
stops
got your
work on
influence
this
from.
and moves
from.
on to a
Right.
stream of tiny little games that go
Can
in
I
all sorts of
move?
directions.
No.
Let's go
You just
ahead and
float.
take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay.
Ah. The past was behind her. Apparently I'm a her. I can't move. Oh, now I...
In this
Oh!
game, you can only walk backwards.
I see. That's
Interesting.
horrifying. Wait,
That-
what's with the floor?
Yeah.
Look at the floor. But of course,
I
you have
do
to
not like
walk
this.
into the corners of death to look at the glowing floor. All right.
Okay, this is interesting. This is a very... Okay.
Lights with no sources. Okay.
But the
But the
future,
future could not be...
seen.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete.
Why does the
Why does the
future...
Trying to give it a unique
keep
voice
changing?
rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Does it?
So like, well, yeah, because then you know where to go.
Yeah.
And once we hit the top of the stairs, there
There
were
were
words. How will she find? Oh, the future's always behind. But if the future's always behind her, how will she find the strength to walk backwards up the stairs? Walking backwards upstairs is dangerous.
Yes, it is. This whole thing is dangerous.
That door looks disturbingly...
Are we going to get some MC Escher stairs here?
No.
Ah!
To confront it.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Which to me is why
That was
it
cool.
works, because
Yeah.
it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I haven't played short little weird games like this since, like, addictinggames.com.
Oh, I hate it. Everything about what we're seeing screams horror game, and I don't like it already.
For sure.
You are now entering.
Entering? What? What are we entering?
Keep going and we'll find out. Especially since you obviously can't walk off the side.
That's just it. I can go...
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear.
What?
Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
That wasn't a game. That was barely a level.
Nonsense in nearly every direction.
Bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Oh.
See, and then you said the MC Escher stairs thing, and
He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
What
Nonsense in
even
almost
is
every
happening? Oh, why am I slow? I'm suddenly slow.
okay. Look behind you, just for me.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
Oh, my gosh.
dickish.
If I was not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show
wow.
you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Thank you.
I know, right? It's like, I don't
Otherwise it would be like, and
an
cut
hour.
to.
Right? It's like, oh, so that's where an hour comes out of this game.
Stand
X
on
to
X.
stand-
Staring at a bear for 3 hours. You
bear
run
for
shop and... Whoa.
Whoa.
Stranger appears. You must address and rally the... Stop moving! You run a shop
group of
inside your
eager
own body,
press-
selling organs strategically to make the most money before you die. Your play is loud. Walking the game is...
For games.
You keep turning.
I know.
What did he even say? I was too busy reading.
He said a room that's nice and warm
Coda would
and a
often
bunch
tell
of
me
game
that he
ideas.
didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a
You're a
vibrant and
queen
compassionate person.
dusting your
but
jewelry
that it
while
takes
your
time
kingdom
to
is
really
destroyed.
It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Okay, that's kind of a sweet
Guess,
idea.
do we want to actually read these, or do you not? You don't care.
There are
Okay.
so many.
I could have read like half of them already. Ready, set, fish. If you weren't spitting.
I will spit all I want to. There's nowhere to fish. There's still nowhere to fish. I was promised fish.
No, you weren't. He said ready, set, fish. There was no promise of fish. As
Okay,
the
but there
worst
was-
fisherman that has ever lived, there was never a promise of fish. There was only
There was a
water.
promise of fishing.
Coda, it's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Click. Oh,
Ah.
I don't like that. Just curious, can you jump?
Yes.
Okay, so you could go back up if you had to. All right, we've got flowing dark.
What is happening? How do I do?
Go to the other edge. Oh, I see you whop and step through. Aha! Nice. Well done.
Don't
Well
forget
done.
that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Okay.
What's with the 3 dots? We've seen this before.
Yeah, it might be a gaming signature, you know, like a designing signature.
Maybe.
Or it could be important, I'm not sure. Because I can't trust the straightforwardness of him, from what little I know about the Stanley Parable, you know?
He's like...
That seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Why am I afraid of what I'm going to see?
Whoa.
What?
Oh. You made
5 million other
There's
rooms.
more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world.
Okay.
Either way, I think that the point is the same. Is that most of the time, you don't get to know what you're missing. Or even
Yes,
you're
that's a
missing
thing.
anything. That's not your role as a player.
You're not going to make it.
I'm
Oh,
so
there's actual walls still there.
confused.
Understand. Then what is it?
Yeah, that's just it. It's like, wait, so why make all this stuff if 90% of people aren't gonna see it?
Well, nobody was going to see it anyway, so I think that was a building exercise. You're now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even
Did you
be
just
that
fall, or are you
Stairs
looking
game
down?
and Puzzle
I'm
game
looking down.
Are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Is Coda a real dude? Are you making all this up?
I won't pretend to know. The Great and Lovely Descent.
Oh, hey, it's the barn that we saw. Like, there was an image of a barn in the...
Oh, I only saw a start menu, so... Alright, so we have
Let's
a
talk about
barn
video
in the
game
middle of a
development
vast
for a
expense.
second. Every video game runs on what's
Did you
called
say
an
in the middle of a
engine, which
vast
determines
expense?
what the game
Yeah, it was
is
supposed to be
about.
vast expanse, but I can't
So in
talk,
other
so
words, the
there we are.
engine is a set of tools for game development.
I'm a failure, okay?
There's a
To make all
Klingon
of these
vessel.
games, Coda is using an engine
A
called
Klingon,
Source.
a nuclear vessel.
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One
Pretty
of the
pictures.
things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why
Okay.
so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Nice.
I keep... Whoa. Hello.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work
I
they're
keep
gonna
expecting
do.
zombies to pop out of these
You might
closets. I've
consider
been
paying
playing a lot of
Why?
7 Days to Die.
architecture in Coda's games
Oh.
to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Ooh.
Did I walk here?
Yeah, as people who've done editing and whatnot, I will say yes, your creativity is somewhat affected by the... Oh, you bounce. By what your
Working
tools
with.
are. Yeah, don't miss. Where's your objective? Just your, oh, I see. There is an objective down there.
Is there?
Yeah, for the glow. At the glow, the glow is the lowest point. I was not 100% sure you were going to get all the way down there with those jumps.
Aha!
Okay, now.
I'm the winner! Oh,
All right, just for me, go upstairs. Is there anything besides a landing platform up there?
I doubt it. I need a run button. That's what I need.
Oh, you have actual floor. I
Yeah.
wonder if you would have died if you'd fallen all the way. Probably not. Hopefully
Probably
not.
not. Yeah.
That goes
It's a
up very
lot
wide.
of... Oof.
Goes up very, very wide. I love how
Yeah.
you jumped across all the crazy space and then you decided to walk down the stairs like a normal person.
What? Oh, could I have... Oh.
You could have just jumped like you did the
No,
first
there's
time.
glass. There's glass.
Is there?
Yeah. See, like, I can't walk through here because there's glass.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I retract my thoughts of ridiculousness. What
I
am
heard
I
a
staring
squeak.
at?
I heard a
I heard
squeak
nothing.
come from in here.
It's like a.
This is disturbing.
It's like an animal pen
I heard a squeak
with
again.
cages.
I keep hearing squeaks. Like metal hinges. Ah!
Oh, great. Now you have to go in one. That's not awful. And now there's lights.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, elevator. Okay, so you're not fully trapped yet.
No. Nope.
Yeah, you're like,
nope,
no. Oh,
nope,
he's walling
nope.
you in again.
No.
Should have tried to get off on one of the first or second floors. Okay.
All right.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Wow.
If you don't
That's
mind, I think we're
agonizing.
gonna skip that.
I do not mind at all.
This is something
Right.
you, sir.
about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Uh-huh.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in.
Wow.
That is technically playable.
One of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
There wasn't.
Except that your friend got tremendous satisfaction out of watching you. And he's like, aha, aha, aha.
Uh-huh. They're fully playable. They're fully playable.
You played every one of them, didn't you?
Oh, those 3 dots are back.
Yeah.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Why don't I trust that?
Well, I mean,
There's
it
still
worked.
No clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over.
'Cause
But
it's a
I
good
promise
thought.
I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
This is such a weird concept of a game. Like, here, let me show you all of these things that a friend of mine made that he stopped making video games, even though the games are,
I don't like
in
anything
my
about
opinion,
this
not
room.
fully playable by themselves. Oh, you there. Where did you come?
Here,
Did you come
Coda
from above?
begins
What
using
was
a
there?
dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks.
So they're all true. You just kind of speak to which one speaks to you, I guess.
I guess, the whiteness.
That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches?
Yes, that was literally the last thing I did before coming in here. Yeah.
I love the last one is I prefer not to tell you. We literally just met. Again, perfect. Now please, tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side.
We're gonna say number
Why?
1 again.
That's a lie, but sure. You
I
must think
know,
harder.
but
Please, try
I
hard
don't-
to remember. It is so important that we get out of here. We must escape this prison. Can you think harder?
I don't
must be
want to
something
let them
more.
out.
Please tell us how to reach the end.
I don't want to let them out, Taryn.
How to
I don't
reach
trust
the
it.
end. Yeah, no, I don't trust anything about this, but here, trying to...
Yeah, reach
Wait,
the
wait.
end implies that, oh, and I can't leave that door. Oh, I can leave this one.
Look behind. You. See, now it feels like a horror game again.
Right?
Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through?
No, I've been right here this whole time.
I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the back black space in the middle. Why would I sit in the black space?
Yeah, why would I sit in the black space?
Oh, it's plenty peaceful. It may not seem that way at first, but you'll come to think so in time. Eventually.
Creepy! Oh, hey, cool, a different... Alright. Are we actually gonna go somewhere different, though?
No, you're gonna find 3 more people with boxes.
Right.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
This absolutely feels like a freaking horror game, dude. Oh, yeah, no, this is a horror game.
Oh, now you're out on a street.
Why
Why does that creep you out?
Just a black hallway.
This is
Which is
objectively...
now
God.
closed.
It's a lamppost.
Yeah. I'm like, this is objectively the least creepy thing we've encountered so far.
For some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
He was a big
like a-
fan of
it's like-
Narnia.
It's a victory
I think that
thing,
up to this
yeah.
point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
I say that the light is a
He wants
clear
destination,
ending
Yeah.
which is what
victory
this lamppost
point.
is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Trippy.
That sounds so ominous! Can you pause? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I wanted to just start this one.
This game is connected
to
to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Obviously not.
All right, and we will continue Chapter 8 notes next time, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us today. This game is weird.
It's been a head trip and a half so far, and I get the feeling we haven't even gotten to the weird part yet.
Right? Like, we both agreed, it's like, yes, this game might break our minds, but it won't break our spirits like Kingdom Hearts did. So far, it's succeeding.
I'm holding out, but it's, I have questions.
I have a lot of questions for sure. All right,
And I
we will
can't
see.
trust the narrator.
Not at all. I really can't do it.
There's still nothing wrong, but I can't trust it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to see more of this or any other Let's Play lore, etc., let us know what it is you want to see in the comments down below. In the meantime, this has been
True Masters and Morons.
signing off. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe orb.
To see our last Let's Play, click or tap the link on the right.
For our last lore video, click the link on the left.
Thank you to all of our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.